Coffee ring on my table, would it move slow like it said it would? You start a line and let it bend, no clearing. Street light flick through the window shade. Half your words never fully made out, just not like I understood. Close enough, tiny pauses in between. Say more than the words we mean. Nothing here to overthink, let it drift. Let the side talk play on low, loose and easy, let it go. No headline, no big show, just the tone. Let the small sounds fill the room. Silver air and lazy tone. We don't need a point of view, just the mood. Piano taps in corner time. Soft mistakes that sound just right. Bass walks past but never stays. No display. Snare like shoes on hallway stones. Rhythm barely fully shown. Every phrase half overthrown. Still okay. Timing leaning just behind. Like a thought that changed its mind. Nothing here we have to find. Let it ride. Let the side talk play all low. Loose and easy, let it go. No headline, no big show, just the tone. Let the small sounds fill the room. Silver air and lazy tune. We don't need a point of view, just the mood. No big turn, no reveal, just a passing kind of feel. If it fades, it's still real. That's the deal. The side top play again. Sing soft loop, different end. Stretch repeat, don't explain, stay unknown. Let the logo stay in frame. No big label, no big name. Just a pocket, just a flame, then it's gone.
You good? Yeah, just chillin'. Yeah. Windows cracked open, hear the buzzes pass. Didn't even notice how long we've sat. You're reading headlines, not really reading. I'm stirring ice that's already melting. Asked if you slept well, you kinda shrugged. Said something like enough is enough. We start a sentence, then let it drop. Like neither of us needs to reach the dot. Let it be whatever this is. No need to label a moment like this. No plans, no rush, just staying in touch. Let it drift wherever it goes. Half-formed words that nobody owes. Right now's enough, just staying in touch. Fan keeps spinning like a lazy groove. We talked about leaving, never moved. Your shoe taps time to a song we forgot. Same 8 bars looping on the spot. You showed me a picture, I smiled too late. Didn't even catch what you tried to say. Funny how nothing becomes the day, and somehow it slips away. Let it be whatever this is. No need to measure up quiet like this. No plans, no rush, just staying in touch. Let it drift wherever it goes. Simple as breathing. Nobody knows right now it's enough, just staying in touch. Yeah. Do we eat yet? Maybe not. We probably should. Later. Stars leaning toward the floor. Shadows stretch across the door. You look up just to check I'm there. I nod back from the same old chair. Nothing solved and nothing missed. No grand meaning in the mist. Just two people letting time exist without trying to fix it. Let it be whatever this is. No need to carry the weight of it. No plans, no rush, just staying in touch. Let it drift wherever it goes. Easy as silence, comfortable right now's enough. Yeah, that's enough. I should probably go soon. Yeah, not yet though. Not yet.
Oh yeah. Fan turning slow. Afternoon doing nothing special. The soda can clicks open like a tiny victory. Curtains breathing in the afternoon breeze. Sunlight sitting lazy on the wooden floor, like it doesn't really need to move anymore. A chair leans back with quiet confidence. Coffee ring marking slow evidence. A playlist hums through dusty air, like a friend who knows we're there. Let the chill settle in the room. Let the afternoon bloom. No plans, no destination, just low-key conversation. Let the chill settle down. Soft groove all around. Let the record spin slow. Let the easy hours flow. Yeah, yeah. Ceiling fan, writing circles in the sky. Notebook open but the page stays dry. Phone face down like it's taking the day off. Clock on the wall, got his shoes kicked off. A neighbor laughs from across the street. Bike wheels humming under soft concrete. Playing by the window, leaning to the light, like it's listening to the rhythm of the afternoon vibe. Let the chill settle in the room. Let the afternoon bloom. No plans, no destination, just low-key conversation. Let the chill settle down. Soft groove all around. Let the record spin slow. Let the easy hours flow. You ever notice? Some afternoons don't really go anywhere. They just exist. And that's enough. Fan still spinning, sun drifting low, beat still looping, nice and slow. Yeah. Da 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 da. Sunlight on the corner of the desk. Coffee warm, nothing feels pressed. Playlist rolling steady and low. Got that pocket in the flow. Messages can wait a while. Easy breath, easy smile. Small wins in a simple day. Let it play. No rush in the timeline. Everything is on my side. Little swing in every move in the groove. Feeling good in this soft way. Head nod time in the middle of the day. No big plan, I gotta chase. Just a steady pace. Yeah. Let it loop, let it ride. Warm light on my side. Simple rhythm, simple mood, all good. Yeah. Notebook open, half a page. Ideas sitting center stage. Baseline walking nice and clean. Just kind of in between. Hi-hat talking light and wide. Snare hits right on time, then slides. Nothing loud, nothing forced, just on course. Behind the beat I stay, that's the better way. Pocket deep and smooth, nothing to prove. Feeling good in a small, soft way. At night time in the middle of the day. No big plan, I got a taste. Just a steady pace.
Let it loop, let it ride. A warm light on my side. Simple rhythm, simple mood, all good. Yeah, man. My 7 colors in the air, open chords everywhere. Bright but never sharp, easy, hard. Right sip, right tap, think, low, swing, don't blame. Feeling good in a small, soft way. Saying good, no little day, no big line to clue. Just a mood. If it plays again, I'm in. Seems soft grain, 95 in pocket smooth. Still all good. Same table, different day. We started talking and drift away. Coffee ringing, window light. Nothing heavy, nothing tight. You say something, lose the thread. Laugh and say forget it instead. And not like I followed through. Maybe I did, maybe not, still true. Tiny pauses in the sound. Best parts never written down. No direction we must choose. Nothing to lose. Let it roll, don't make it clear. Half the meaning lives right here. No big point we gotta find. Just your voice crossing mine. If the moment goes nowhere, I still like it there. Slow time in a swing beat room. Easy afternoon. Finger tapping out a line. But still it fits the pocket fine. Clap and brushing soft delay. Fast, don't have to stay. You change topics mid-phrase turn. Less talks, never really learn. Air between the things we say carries more anyway. Loose ends left untied. Still they sit just right. Unfinished by design works out fine. Let it roll, don't make it clear. Half the meaning lives right here. No big point we gotta find. Just your voice crossing mine. If the moment goes nowhere, I still like it there. Slow time in a swing beat room. Easy afternoon. Behind the beat, slightly late. Human timing sets the shape. Nothing perfect, that's the charm. Keeps it warm. Low tone, short line, soft grin, no sin. Let it roll, one more round. Same small talk, same soft sound. No big ending, my show. Just a steady glow. If it likes me, let it stay. That's the way. Doing nothing, feeling fine. You and I in time. We're talking small things, nothing heavy. Steam from the cup going thin already. Clock on the wall, but it's not that loud. Afternoon drifting through the sound. You say something about a show you saw. I say I might, but I'm not sure at all. Words just landing softly slide. No need to push, no need to try. Little pauses, little laughs. Sentences that don't need pass. We're not going anywhere tonight, and that's just right. Keep it light, keep it low. Let the background rhythm flow. No big moment, no big line. Just your voice and a little time. No big hook, no big scene. Just somewhere in between. We let the minutes move their own way. Loop the vibe, let it stay. Finger drawing lines in the air, like you almost put a dot right there. Half a story, then you switch. I like it better. Random pitch, outside buses fading past. Room stay still like painted glass. Every sound sits close and near. Nothing loud enough to steer. Tiny beats between each word. Best conversations barely heard. We're not building anything to keep. Just something soft and deep. Keep it light, keep it low. Let the background rhythm flow. No big moment, no big line. Just your voice and a little time. No big hook, no big scene. Just somewhere in between. Book the fact that it's day. No climax, no surprise, just steady tone and easy eyes. If the track goes round again, I wouldn't even change a thing. Say less, mean more, talk slow, no score, toss my soft tongue, 2 cup, 1 zone. Keep it light, keep it low, let the background rhythm flow. Sing groove for more time, since my top, sing soft mind. Nothing huge, nothing loud, just to calm inside the crowd. If it fades, press play down. Play the role, no and look the back. Yeah.
Late crowd, almost gone. Kitchen lights humming low. Corner booth beside the glass. Rain keeps sliding slow and fast. Waitress wipes the empty bar. Looks at me but not too hard. Menu folded in my hand, like I came here with a plan. Truth is I just needed space, with a little human noise in place. Table for nobody tonight, still they set the silver right. Funny how a lonely room can feel gentle when it doesn't assume. No performance left to give, no pretend that I'm out with it. Just me breathing in the steam of a half-lit evening scene. Phone face down beside the plate, nothing urgent, gonna wait for a while. I can't exist without needing to be missed. Table for nobody, but the night still let me in. Coffee cooling slowly while the city moved again. Table for nobody, and somehow that felt fine. Not every empty chair needs somebody by your side. Yeah. Couple laughing near the door, old man sleeping by the sports score. Everybody passing through, different reasons, different moods. I stopped trying to decode why being alone felt cold. Maybe it was never that, maybe I just fought the fact. There's a peace in sitting still, without needing to fulfill some perfect movie version of what a Friday night should feel. And the waitress asked once more, need anything? I almost said, yeah, maybe less noise in my head, but I just smiled instead. Outside taxis streaked in red, inside old soul records bled through the speakers, soft and warm, like comfort taking form. And for once I didn't rush to turn silence into touch. I just let the moment be small enough to breathe. A table for nobody, still the room held space for me. No grand revelation, just a quiet kind of ease. A table for nobody, but I wasn't incomplete. Some nights don't need company to feel beautifully deep, yeah. I used to think connection always had to speak out loud. Now I think it lives in smaller things, like not needing a crowd, like knowing the world keeps turning even when you disappear, and finding that a little distance can make your own voice clear. Maybe solitude ain't absence, maybe it's relief. Maybe peace arrives unnoticed between hunger and receipt. Table for nobody, last call in the air. Still I sat a little longer, like I belong there. Table for nobody, rain fading down the street, and for the first time in a while, my own company felt sweet. Yeah. Chair pushed back slow, nobody rushing anywhere tonight. Light glowing by the bed, blue and quiet, almost dead. Rain tapping lightly on the vent, like it forgot what falling meant. Shoes kicked somewhere near the door, keys still scattered on the floor. I said I cleaned the place today, but the evening got in the way. And honestly I let it, no guilt attached to resting. For once the world can spin without me trying to direct it. No deadlines in the room, no pressure dressed as truth. Just a little air to breathe, and enough space to loosen me. Phone face down, TV low, city dim behind the smoke. Everything can wait a while, nothing's leaving if I slow down. No urgency tonight, no need to optimize. I'm not chasing anything, and somehow that feels right. Ain't no urgency tonight, let the hours move how they like. Some days don't need a purpose to feel alive. Used to fill the silence fast, like empty space would never last. Every second had to lead to something bigger than the scene. Now I kinda like the drift, the unfinished shape of it. Dinner late and dishes stacked, nothing polished, nothing tracked. Neighbor laughing through the wall, train line humming after dark. Tiny ordinary sounds holding this apartment down. And I don't need the night explained, don't need progress tied to pain. Maybe peace arrives much softer than I train myself to think. No dramatic healing here, no sudden clarity appears. Just my shoulders dropping slow, like they finally got the note. Outside taxi smear the rain, inside everything remains loose enough to finally fit the shape of how I actually live. No urgency tonight, street lights fading silver white. I let the minutes pass me by without turning them into a fight. No urgency tonight, no perfect use of time. Still somehow the quiet hours leave the deepest kind of light. Maybe exhaustion isn't always physical. Maybe it's the weight of constant motion, the feeling that every pause needs justification. But tonight nothing asks for proof, not the rain, not the room, not the half-read book beside me, or the record spinning through. And somewhere between midnight and the refrigerator hum, I stopped feeling behind in life for the first time in months. No urgency tonight, everything arriving slow, like the world softened its edges just enough to let me go. No urgency tonight, no destination in sight. Still I think I'll remember how easy breathing felt tonight. Nothing solved, nothing missing, no urgency tonight. And maybe that was all I needed. Yeah. Hear that? Radio barely holding the station. Balcony door half open wide. Summer air and passing lights, plastic chair against the rail, ashtray full, paint chip pale. Your hair moved with the traffic wind, late night voices drifting in. Neither one of us said much, still the silence stayed in touch. Radio singing through the static haze, half the words just fell away. Funny how the missing parts still sounded honest in the dark. Nobody trying to impress, nobody reaching for the next, just two shadows leaning still, letting midnight choose the field. No dramatic point to prove, nothing heavy left to move, just enough sound in the air to remind us we were there. Static on the balcony, city glowing underneath, signal breaking, voices blur, still somehow it all gets heard. Static on the balcony, nothing clear but everything deep. We let the noise turn into calm and stayed there till the night was gone. Yeah, yeah. Down below the taxis rolled like tire stories getting old. Neon flickered on and off, rain smell rising from the block. You laughed once then looked away, like the moment might break if we touched it with too much thought. So we let it stay unfocused. Phone screens dark beside the door, neither cared to check before. For a while the world outside could spin without us deciding why. Maybe pieces sounding small, like a weak transmission call, not loud enough to steal the room, just enough to drift through you. And maybe love looks more like this, shared air and unfinished sentences. No perfect line, no grand reveal, just a quiet thing that feels real. Static on the balcony, night unfolding patiently. Every broken little sound made the silence softer somehow. Static on the balcony, nothing solved, nothing complete. Still I think about that air like some part of me stayed there, yeah, yeah. Soon the station disappeared, only static left to hear. But we never turned it off, never needed something clear. There's a comfort in distortion when you stop demanding sense. Some nights don't need resolution to mean something in the end. So we stayed until the sky started fading out of blue. Neither saying don't go yet, like we both already knew. Static on the balcony, morning light beneath our feet. Signal gone, but something stayed floating in the afterwave. Static on the balcony, no big ending, no release, just two people letting time move slow enough to finally breathe. Yeah. Radio still humming low, city waking down below. Static on the balcony, still ringing softly in me. Tuesday came and quiet again. Yeah. Bus stop shadows on the wall, laundry humming down the hall, coffee cooling by the sink. Morning didn't stop to think, no big weather rolling through. Nothing different, nothing new. Same old jacket, same routine. Still the air felt strangely clean. Tuesday never asked too much, didn't need to interrupt. Just arrived without a sound and slowly settled all around. No pressure hanging overhead, no dramatic words unsaid. Even traffic seemed to move like it finally found a groove. I kept waiting for the catch, some sharp turn or sudden crack, but the hours only flowed soft and ordinary slow. Tuesday never asked who I was or where I've been. Didn't need a better version, just let me walk around in it. Tuesday never asked for ambition or a plan, and maybe that's why somehow I could finally breathe again. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sun across the floor, tiny crack beside the door. Co-workers laughing down the line like background singers killing time. Phone stay quiet in my coat, no emergency to hold. Funny how the lack of noise can make small moments feel whole. I've had days that scream for meaning, pulled my thoughts in every way. This one barely touched my shoulder, still I remember it today. Because nothing tried too hard, no emotional fireworks, just a calm that stayed long enough to finally do its work. Maybe peace comes dressed as plain, without thunder, without change. Maybe healing looks like this, a day that doesn't resist. No revelation in the air, still I felt lighter standing there, like the world stopped asking me to constantly be calm. Tuesday never asked if I mattered or belonged, just held the shape of quiet long enough to carry on. Tuesday never asked for a story I could sell, still somehow that little day sat inside me well. Yeah, yeah. I used to overlook the soft days, searching hard for something bright, but the loud ones leave so quickly, like sparks dissolving in the night. Now I think the deeper moments rarely end up making noise. They just rest aside your breathing till your body trusts the choice. And somewhere between the errands and the fading afternoon, I stop feeling chased by time for an hour or two. Tuesday never asked nothing more than I could give, and maybe that's the reason why I still remember it. Tuesday never asked, still it stayed somehow, like a hand against my shoulder, without needing to reach out. Tuesday came and went, like a new night to disturb the room. Tuesday never asked, and I think I needed that. Tuesday came and went. Yeah. Typing bubble disappeared again. Yeah. Phone lit up at 2:13. Your name glowing soft and green. Still awake was all it said, but it pulled me out my head. Rain was sliding down the fire escape, city breathing under gray. I stared a little before I wrote, like time and changed the way to words. Somewhere between replies, something honest starts to rise. Not fast enough to call it love, too close to call it cat. is in sight. No, where is this tonight? Just two people leaving space for silence to participate. Yeah, you send half a thought, I answer half awake. Still somehow the unfinished parts feel like the realest thing we make. Somewhere between replies, we built a little atmosphere. No dramatic declaration, still it felt like you were here. Somewhere between replies, late night glow and tired eyes. Funny how connection grows in the pauses we don't hide. Morning came without goodbye, just your message hours behind. Sorry, fell asleep again. I smiled harder than I should've then. Yeah, funny what the mind can do with tiny digital proof. A sentence barely 5 words long, carry someone through a room. Yeah, and we never forced the pace, never rushed to name the shape. Maybe labels close the air, too early for things still becoming. So we stayed inside the drift of almost in little hints, learning each other slowly through time and more than sentences. Some nights you disappear, then show back up sincere, like neither one of us needs constant proof to trust. No pressure to perform, no perfect rhythm form. Still every quiet check-in feels warmer than expected. Somewhere between replies, the feeling learned to breathe. Not loud enough to interrupt, just steady underneath. Somewhere between replies, screams fading into blue. I never knew how much a pause could start resembling truth. Yeah. Maybe modern love sounds softer than the movie said it would. Maybe it's less fireworks exploding, more someone checking if you're good. Maybe intimacy now lives in little glowing signs, a name appearing late at night at exactly the right time. And even when we leave each other waiting, it never feels severe, because the space between responses still somehow keeps you near. Somewhere between replies, no beginning, no clear end. Still the feeling kept unfolding like a song without a tense. Somewhere between replies, midnight resting in my room, and every small unfinished message left a little more of you. Yeah. Typing bubble, gone again. Still smiling at the screen. Somewhere between replies, something stayed alive in me. Yeah. Same air, same room. Nothing asking to be noticed. Bus rolled past right on time. Neighbors smoke beneath the sign. Kitchen lights stay slightly dim. Radio low, signal thin. I answered calls with half a voice. Made small talk without a choice. Didn't feel inspired or lost. Just another day being crossed. Nothing cinematic came. No surprise attached a name. Even dinner tasted plain, like comfort trying not to change. Yeah, and somehow in the middle of it, without warning or intent, the quiet settled in my chest, like I knew exactly where it went. The day stayed quiet, no moment trying to shine. And maybe that's the reason it still circles in my mind. The day stayed quiet, nothing begged to last. Still somehow it lingered longer than the loud ones from the past. Yeah. I I've had nights that felt enormous, burned bright enough to leave a mark, but memory turns those into pieces, hard edges fading in the dark. This one barely raised its hand, didn't need to take a stand, just sat low against the hours like rain absorbed into the ground. No revelation showed itself, no lesson waiting on a shelf. I just moved from room to room without resisting afternoon. And I think maybe that's the trick, nothing fighting to exist, leaves enough untouched inside for the smallest things to stick, like the sound of dishes drying, or the hallway painted gold, or how I didn't need distraction to keep the evening from growing old. The days stay quiet, still I feel it now. Not because it asked attention, but because it settled down. The days stay quiet, no climax to explain, just a softness that remained after everything else changed. Yeah. Maybe peace arrives unnoticed, without language, without signs. Not every meaningful moment needs to announce itself in time. Some days enter through the background and never really leave, like your body keeps a rhythm your thoughts forgot to keep. I went to sleep without conclusions, no dramatic shift inside. Still the morning felt a little lighter, like something heavy stepped aside. Maybe memory trusts the moments that don't force themselves to stay, the ones that simply sit beside you long after they drift away. The days stayed quiet, nothing special in the frame. Still somehow I carry pieces of a day without a name. The days stayed quiet, no reason left to prove, just a calm that kept returning long after I had moved. Yeah. Nothing major, nothing new, still here somehow. The days stay quiet, and maybe I did too. We were halfway talking when it happened. No countdown, no dramatic sign, just kinda slipped into it. Then you opened eyes unfocused, laughing more than staying on it. You said that sounds kinda good. I said yeah, probably should. No review and no compare, didn't need to get us there. Something in the loosened pace made the choice fall into place. Wait a night in pen in hand, like he knew before we did. Funny how the smallest move can feel accidentally lived. We were tired of optimizing, turning moments into trials. Sometimes overthinking steals the easy rhythm from the night. We picked it midway through the sentence, didn't even let it land. No big reason, no conviction, still it fit us better than the plan, yeah. We picked it midway through the sentence, somehow that was right. Maybe some things work much better without trying to be wise. There's a peace inside momentum when you stop rehearsing outcomes. Every option starts to blur when you need too much from one. This just happened soft and easy, like the room had made the call. And for once I didn't need to control it all at all. Water shining in the light, conversations folding slow. Even waiting felt aligned, like nowhere else to go. Not surrender, not neglect, just enough trust to select some decisions mostly this. Tiny leaps that barely register. You move first and understand why it settled where it did. Not every road needs certainty. Not every choice needs proof. Some things only show their shape after you move through. And if it misses by a little, that's still closer than before. Perfection keeps the body frozen. Good enough opens the door. Yeah, we picked it midway through the sentence. Half distracted, half aware. Still it landed like the even knew exactly what belonged there. Yeah, we picked it midway through the sentence. No regret inside. Sometimes instinct wears the face of not trying too hard to be right. Plates went empty, music low. Nobody rushed to leave. The way we got there didn't matter, only how it seemed to breathe. Yeah. Picked it midway. No dramatic story left to tell. Just one of those nights that sat with us well. Yeah. 1% left. Guess we gotta mean what we say now. Yeah. Phone screen cracked across the time. Tiny red bar warning light. You laughed and said, don't call me yet. Save it for something worth the breath. Street was loud outside the train. Summer sticking to the rain. Still somehow the signal stayed long enough for us to drift awake. No scrolling through another life. No links, no memes, no killing time. Just pauses humming through the line. Like neither one of us could hide. Funny how the closer the battery gets inside your hand, the more the conversation sounds like something real again. No room left for decoration, no extra words for presentation. Just whatever rises first before the screen goes dark. Low battery conversations, voices softer than the night. No performance, no distractions, just whatever feels alive. Low battery conversations, holding on at 1%. Maybe honesty comes easier when you know the time is spent. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You said lately every day feels uploaded overplay. Everybody trying hard to look lit up in the dark. I said maybe that's the cost of never letting moments stop. Everything becomes content before it ever gets to live. Silence settled for a while, train tracks dragging underneath. Neither one of us rushed in to rescue every little beat. And somehow that unfinished space said more than sentences could make. Like the dying phone between us burned away the need to fake. Not dramatic, not profound, just two tired voices slowing down. No urgency to entertain, no energy left to explain. If the line cuts out too soon, maybe that's okay too. Some things don't need perfect endings to stay with you. Low battery conversations, late train glowing blue and gray. Half the words got lost in static, still I heard the things you meant to say. Low battery conversations, almost gone but feeling clear. Funny how the weakest signal can make somebody feel near. Yeah, yeah. Then your voice turns
soft and small. Said my phone's about to fall. I said mine too, and let it breathe. Neither wanting first to leave. And for a second, all the noise of deadlines, feeds, and daily voice felt far enough away to finally hear the room. Maybe connection isn't louder, maybe it's just less disguised. Maybe people talk more truthfully, closer to goodbye. Low battery conversations, last few seconds glowing red. No dramatic declarations, still your voice stayed in my head. Low battery conversations, signal fading into night, but something in the way we spoke still feels switched on inside. Call back. Low battery conversations, still charging slow in my mind. Yeah. 3 a.m. and somebody's still awake below me. Floorboards creak beneath the dark. Fridge light hums through the apartment. Street lamp leaking through the blinds. Painting silver across the night. I should probably be asleep, but my thoughts won't loosen easy. So I pace from room to room, listening to the building breathe. Then I notice through the crack, underneath the stairwell black, a little line of amber glow from the apartment down below. Don't know their name, don't know their story. Still somehow it changes things, knowing someone else is awake with me. No conversation, no knock at the door, just another quiet soul ignoring sleep. And for a second the night feels less heavy on my chest. Lights still on downstairs, soft gold under the door. Funny how a little presence can settle a room you thought was yours. Lights still on downstairs, while the whole city fades. And somehow that tiny window glow makes me feel okay. Maybe they're reading in the kitchen, maybe washing coffee cups, maybe fighting off the same restless kind of midnight rush. Sometimes I hear footsteps pause, then move slowly down the hall, like they're carrying thoughts around, trying not to let them fall. And I never need to meet them, never need to know their face. There's comfort in anonymous lives, existing close within the same space. The world feels less enormous when another shadow moves inside the quiet architecture of these sleepless rooms. Oh, grand connection formed, no life suddenly transformed. Still the loneliness softens shape every time I see that frame. Tiny glowing square of light, holding steady through the night, like a silent reassurance. Someone else survived today too. Lights still on downstairs, blue hours stretching thin. Everything feels less empty, knowing someone else stayed in. Lights still on downstairs, no words exchanged at all. Still I think I sleep easier when I catch that glow below the wall. Yeah, yeah. Maybe people help each other
in smaller ways than we expect. Not through speeches or grand gestures, but simple evidence they exist. A light left on too late, a chair dragged across the floor, a distant laugh through old apartment walls when you thought the night was yours alone. And eventually that window darkens, one soft click and it is gone. But somehow the calm remains long after they've moved on. Lights still on downstairs, morning almost in the sky, and for once the silence didn't feel like something I had to survive. Lights still on downstairs, fading with the dawn. Still the warmth of knowing someone stayed awake lingers on. Settling into sleep, city turning pale blue. Lights still on downstairs, then finally not anymore. Rain leaning on the glass tonight. Yeah. Steam rising off the stove, tiny kitchen amber glow. Outside buses drag through rain, inside nothing needs a name. Cold windows fog beneath the streetlights, silver blur and passing white lines. You tucked your sleeves into your hands like the evening understood the plan. No candles, no expensive wine, just leftovers and borrowed time. Still somehow the room felt full in a way that luxury never could. Warm plates, cold windows, city moving far below. We stayed hidden in the haze like the night forgot our names. No urgency inside the air, no performance anywhere, just the comfort of being known without needing to explain your soul. Warm place, cold windows, rain riding down the glass. Nothing perfect in the moment, still I hoped it wouldn't pass. Warm place, cold windows, late nights settling deep. Funny how the smallest evenings can feel too good to leave, yeah. TV glowing without sound, neighbor footsteps underground, sink still, full from earlier. Neither one of us really cared. You asked something half asleep about whether peace can keep its shape once morning starts, pulling people back apart. I laughed soft and said, I don't know. Watch the rain distort the road. Maybe peace is only real when nobody tries to hold it still. And for once the silence sat easy between where we were at. No need to rescue every pause from becoming what it was. Outside sirens bent and blurred, inside we barely used our words. Still the room said plenty clear that we were alright here. Not forever, not pretend, not some movie perfect end. Just two people slowing down enough to hear themselves again. Warm place, cold windows, breathing with the storm outside. Everything we didn't say still settled in the light, yeah. Warm place, cold windows, midnight turning slow, and for a little while nowhere else felt close to home, yeah. Smaller than we thought, not fireworks or sudden drops. Maybe it's staying at the table long after
after dinner stops. Maybe it's shared silence without panic filling in. Maybe it's feeling understood before the sentence even ends. The rain kept falling either way, city drowning in its pace. But inside that little room, time loosened its grip for a change. Warm plates, cold windows, night fading into blue. Nothing life-changing happened, still I remember you. Yeah. Warm plates, cold windows, morning almost near, and somehow the quiet felt louder than anything we'd hear all year. Yeah, yeah. Dishes drying by the sink, yeah. Rain finally slowing down. Warm plates, cold windows, still glowing in my mind. Yeah. Nobody really wanted to leave yet. Air still holding on to the heat. Party emptied out in waves, tail lights drifting through the haze. Someone laughing near the gate, trying hard to stretch the lane. Shopping carts against the curb, buzzing signs and distant birds. Summer sticking to the skin, like the night still wanted it. We stood talking by your car, not about anything hard, just little things that somehow stayed floating in the parking lot air. Nobody saying one last thing, nobody forcing meaning. Still the moment held its shape, like it knew not to break. Street lamp glow across your face, radio low, engine wait. Even silence had a groove, sitting there with me and you. Parking lot weather makes people stay too long, halfway leaving, halfway hoping. The night keeps hanging on. Parking lot weather, warm wind through the dark. Something about those in between places hits a little harder on the heart, yeah, yeah. Ice melting in paper cups, nobody really wrapping up. Conversation slowing down like tired songs still hanging around. You lean back against the door, said you kinda liked ignoring. Little places after hours where nobody asked for more. I said maybe that's the trick, nothing trying to be big. Lets the moment breathe enough to actually exist. And the asphalt held the heat long after sunset left the street. Like the night refused to cool until we finally moved. No dramatic final line, no call me when you get inside. Just the comfort of delay before the world resumes its pace. Every second stretching thin, like neither one of us gave in to ending what already felt good exactly as it was. Parking lot weather, neon humming overhead. Everything felt easier than what we usually said. Parking lot weather, late July and faded gold. Funny how the smallest moments can leave the strongest hold, yeah. Eventually somebody drove away, then another disappeared. The night got wider, quieter, till it was mostly air. Still we stayed another minute, maybe 2 or maybe 10. Not because there was a reason, just not ready for the end. Maybe connection lies strongest in the spaces before goodbye, where nobody owes a future. Still nobody wants weather, streetlights fading into dawn. No big story came from it, still the feeling carried on. Parking lot weather, windows down, slow goodbye, and somehow that unfinished moment still circles back sometimes. Yeah, car door closed, soft in the dark. Heat rising off the ground. Parking lot weather, still hanging somewhere around.
Yeah. Street lights coming on slow tonight. Train doors closed behind my back. City breathing through the cracks. Corner store still glowing blue. Same old man buying the news. Crosswalk blinking out of time. Taxi headlights dragging lines. I've walked this road so many nights. Still it changes in this light. Not in a hurry to arrive. Kinda letting the distance decide. Somewhere between leaving and home. Feels more honest on my own. I don't need the night explained. Don't need meaning in the rain. Just the sound of rubber tires and apartment window light. Half the world already sleeps, other half still chasing things. I'm just drifting in between. Halfway home again. Halfway home again. Not lost, not there yet. Just moving with the city slow, like it knows where I should end. Halfway home again. Nothing pulling at my hands. Every block feels soft tonight, like the world forgot its plans. Someone laughing from above, balcony spilling yellow buzz, window fan and TV glow. Tiny lives I'll never know. Phone stays quiet in my coat. No missed calls to interrupt. Funny how the silence feels more complete than being touched. I used to fill these walks with noise, songs and podcasts, restless thoughts. Now I kinda like the space where nothing's asking to be solved. Every step keeps loose time with the rhythm in my mind. No destination pressing hard, no performance after dark. Just the pavement and the air and the feeling I can spare. One more hour, not becoming anything for anyone. Halfway home again, somewhere soft between who I was all afternoon and whoever sleeps in me. Halfway home again, street lights washing gold. Even loneliness tonight feels familiar, not cold. This is why I walk long after I need to. Not to reach another place, but to slowly pass through. All the pressure leaves in pieces somewhere after Avenue 3. By the time I reach my door, there's a lighter version of me. And the city never notices, never asks me where I've been. Still it holds me every night, like a quiet oldest friend. Halfway home again, breathing with the traffic load. Every passing little sound makes me feel a little known. Halfway home again, no dramatic end, just the comfort of becoming someone softer by the end.